The Yarra is so important to people in Melbourne that thousands of people came together to create a 50-year community vision for the river. And that vision created the basis of not only our healthy waterway strategy, but also Burned Up Birrawong, Burned Up Unmarkoo, which is our Yarra strategic plan. It is the first plan to come out of the Yarra River Protection Act, which was brought to Parliament by our sovereign partners and the traditional owners of this land, the Wurundjeri Woi-wurrung people. Wurundjeri Woi-wurrung are the traditional custodians of the Yarra River, the Birrawong River. We have so much to learn from our sovereign partners in this project, which is why we're working together with them to deliver this really important work along 60 kilometres of the river. The program of work start here in Punt Road in Abbotsford, and you can see the work areas in orange, which cross the 8 council areas. And we've committed to renewal of the Birrawong over 5 years from 2022 to 2026. And this will help promote the health of our landmark waterway all the way to Laughing Waters in Eltham.
The Yarra Birrawong is so important. It's the lifeblood of Melbourne, and there's so many communities. There's a third of Victoria's population live in the catchment, and across the 242 kilometres of the river there are hundreds and hundreds of communities who call the river home. So to keep the river healthy and to restore it to full health is so important to these people. We want to see the Yarra Birrawong to be healthy, protected, but also loved, because we know that if we love something, we're more likely to take care of it. It's been fantastic to work with Melbourne Water and all the communities and all the decision makers to see what could be realised on this massive project, and really hope that it works well, and in the future our children are able to come out here and be really proud of what's been achieved.
This program of works is crucial to the environment, never more so than in a time of climate change when we need resilient landscapes. I think of the Birrawong as essentially a main thoroughfare, an artery almost, a river of life. And from the Birrawong, so many creatures, so many animals, plants, and rely on the river. It's really a life giver and deeply important to biodiversity in Melbourne. It's absolutely rejuvenating to be able to work with so many people on a project that's so important.
I think the future for the Yarra is pretty bright in our world of the biodiversity. The main benefits to the project for us in the city of Boroondara has been that we've managed to connect areas like Burke Road Billabong and Willsmere Billabong into stretches along the Yarra that were previously weedy, which have now been revegetated through corridors of green funding. We've managed to sort of start to really see that movement of the wildlife coming through the corridors. So it starts to feel after a good few decades in that things are actually making a difference.
Healthy green spaces are really important to the community. They hold so much value: wildlife opportunities, health and well-being, recreation, social interaction. Really important in terms of urban wildlife protection and enhancement. And that really marries in with how the City of Yarra working as a part of the Yarra Strategic Plan.
I'm part of a team based at the Parks Victoria Middle Yarra office. We manage about 2,000 hectares. This is a bushland system that's still full of some pretty nice rare and threatened plant species and vegetation communities. And in addition, it's got some pretty iconic and rare and threatened animals like platypus and the ricali, powerful owl, and my favourite, the brush-tailed phascogale. Through this program, what we saw was a real increase in the collaboration. It saw us, really talking about where our priorities lie in the landscape, and how we could complement each other's works moving forward to really get some good, long-lasting, tangible outcomes that really benefit the health of the Yarra corridor.
Long-term thinking for sustainability, and especially in the face of a changing climate, is really important for projects like this, because we know that what we have experienced in the past is not what we're going to be experiencing in the future, and we need to be adaptable to the things we know that are changing. And so thinking about protecting and enhancing the Birrawong River corridor now is really important, so that we can maintain the health and all of the community benefits of that space into the future. Projects like this in partnership with Melbourne Water are really important, because it means that we can replicate and extend the impact along the whole length of the river. Putting in that effort now and working together is just magic.
In the early days of this project, I know we approached the stakeholders directly, so stuff like Parks Victoria and local councils and even local landholders, so kind of telling them Melbourne Water's vision, the purpose and the benefits to the local environment, the river, the plants, the animals, and just the general community. I think that's what's really kind of brought everybody together. it was identified early on that we did have an opportunity from the environmental and cultural heritage point of view, where we could actually look at approaching NAREP going, hey, would you guys be able to even provide us advice on how we manage some of these areas? So being able to work with them on country and on river and kind of collaborate between Melbourne Water, our different crews, and get the insight from their team has been really significant. The opportunity to work on a project like this over such a long period of time to actually deliver on the ground results too. So to actually be able to plant tens of thousands of plants along the river and manage them effectively through collaboration and constant communication and a range of different stakeholders. It's been great to see the reward for effort on ground.